Hello, today I will give you an example on how to use the custom GUI layout spaces. So let's say you have a few items that you need a extra interface for example, I got these ores right here, maybe a diamond, gold, emerald, and iron. And for example, the default Bazaar is just too full, there's too much, and what's all this? And I just want those few items. And since the version 8.0, I think you can use or create custom layouts. So for example, you can manage the inquiries in this Bazaar layout. And we also want that feature in our custom layout, but we don't want all those. So for example, our layout maybe will look something like this. The for ors and the manage inquiries item. Now we can go to the socket server and navigate to the GUI folder and create a new layout. I will just copy the old one and rename it to ors layout. Okay, and now the ID will be ors layout. The root category will be ors root. And we don't want to change the infertile layout. This is basically this layout. We don't want to change that. We want to keep it. We don't have any fertile categories, so we don't have to change that. Now just save that and create a new root category. I will just copy the default root category layout, a GUI layout. Rename it to ors layout. Not layout, root. Okay, and the size will be 27 slots. So I'll change the size to 27 and the ID to ors layout. We don't want the search item, so be gone. No cell inventory, no close item, but the manage inquiries item. We want that at slot 0, 9, 18, 19, 22, 22. We don't want any root categories to be displayed, so it's basically those at the top right here. So we remove those. And now the child categories. These are the slots 10, 12, 14, and 16. So it's 10, semicolon, 12, 14, and 16. We don't want the next page item and also not the previous page item. Okay, that looks good. Now we reload the Bazaar. And I already created a root category which only contains the 4 items. I named it ors and it contains only the diamond, emerald, gold, iron ingot, and gold ingot. Now how do we open the custom root, just the custom root category? To do that we also have to create a namespace. You have to use the create command. I already did that. I will do that again, 1 second. Delete, okay. Create, then the namespace. I want it in a default namespace. If you don't know what it means, just use the default namespace. The name will be ors. Okay, and edit the names, a market space. Now we have the root categories right here, and here's our ors. Okay, looks good. For example, I can use this one. It's basically open with the default layout and the market space 1, and the market space 1 only contains this root category. The default market space is -1 and it contains every root category, even the ORS root category. Now we can also specify the layout with ORS layout. It's basically this ID right here. Okay, it's the wrong market space, but it's already looking good. One. And now we have our custom GUI layout. We only have our diamond, emerald, and gold and iron, and only our manage enquiries book. You can of course add other items as well. For example, you can create a one item per page layout, for example. To do that, we take a look at the default root category and no, that's the wrong one, ORS root. Okay. Now we only want the item to be in the middle slot, for example, when only in 0, 9, 13. We delete all that. Okay. Maybe let's say 2 slots, 12 and 14. 12 and 14. And we want it to be paged. So we add this from the default root layout. It's basically, this is the item and some other stuff. You can ignore that, it's not important. And here we have the slot. So we already know that the slot is 27, -1 is 26. It's this item for the next page, looks good. And this one, it's this one right here, it's 18. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, now we will just use the reload command and open the ORS layout. Now we only have those 2 items. We can use these arrows to change the page, and that's basically how the custom GUI layouts work. So it basically allows you to change everything. Now I only change the root layout, but you can also change this layout. For example, you can say that you only want to be able to sell items, for example. Yeah. Then you can go to this folder and search for an already existing layout. For example, default infertile is the one we are looking for. Rename it to ORS infertile. Okay. Edit the layout. ORS infertile. I'm actually not too sure if we actually have to change it, but just in case, change it. Now in the root layout, I think we have to change this one. I'm not too sure, but just in case. And right now we don't need this one, so I will just delete it. Okay, and use the reload command again. Oh, but I actually didn't change anything. 1 second. Okay, I will remove I will keep him, but I will remove the create sell offer, create buy order, keep the transaction item and the sell instantly, and remove everything else. Okay. Now I will reload the plugin again. Okay, this is still working, looks good. And now there's an error. 1 second. Okay, it says the layout is null. 1 second. What did we do wrong? We have to change this one, of course. The ID to was infertile. Then reload again. Okay, now we only have those two items, the sell instantly item and the transaction item. Of course, we can move them around as we like. So, for example, it's too big. I want it to be 9, the slot size, inventory size. And this item, I want it to be at slot, or let's say 1. The transaction item at slot 4, for example. The back item at slot 6. No close item, you can just close it with E and manage inquiries. 2, 4, 6, 8, no, 0, 1, 2, 3. 1 second. 3, 5, 7, and 8, for example. Now just reload it, and now we changed it. It basically allows you to place the items as you like. You can also do stupid stuff like 8 until 18, for example. I think that works as well. Yeah, now we have what's happening in the server log. 1 second. Of course, it's out of bounds. It's only until 17. 1 second. Okay. Now we have a few real graph items. I don't know, maybe you need that. We can just surround everything with the transaction item. So it's slot 0 to 7. No, 8. 0, 8. No, 9. It's 9. Slot 17. I will increase the size to 27. Nine, 17, 26. Okay. So it's basically diamonds, 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 diamonds. Okay. And the sell instantly, manage inquiries, and graphs items. So sell instantly 0, 9, 10, 11. Oh, the back item. No, we don't need that. No, we do actually. Never mind. 11, 10, 12. No. 13, 14, and 15. Okay. Reload it. And now we have this layout. It looks a bit strange, but I mean, it's working, it's fine, but yeah. Of course, you can't create any buy orders or sell offers, but maybe you need it, maybe not. Of course, you can change it to just be able to sell, create sell offers, or buy instantly. So, for example, I will now change it to buy instantly, and I will move them up 1 slot. And I also want the create by order. I think that was it. Create by order, yes. Add slot 12. Okay. And now we have the buy instantly, create by order, and all the other stuff. For example, I can still, in the default Bazaar, I can still create a sell offer as well and sell instantly. So for example, I can do that for 62 diamonds. And if I open the custom layout, you can see it's also displaying the sell offers here, and I can buy it instantly, or I can create a buy order. Okay, I can also manage it and cancel. And as you can see, I can swap between all those items that are inside this market space. So for example, the spruce lock, it's outside of the Ors market space. So if I click it, nothing happens. That's basically it, yeah. You can also change the fertile layout. It's basically a nested category, root category, inside a root category. So it allows you to select between a collection of other categories again. Yeah, you can change this as you like, and yeah, that's basically it. I hope you like it, and if you have any other suggestions, please let me know in the comments.